Oh, there we are. We're recording. So awesome. Welcome to everybody that's on here live, and welcome to anybody who's listening to the recording. And when we were talking about what we really wanted to focus on today, we were talking about connecting and just really that first step of reaching out, because we've got Easter coming up for those people. And there's a lot of family stuff, right? There's a lot of get together. There's a lot of seeing friends, time off work, all of this sort of thing. And these are great times to be connecting with people because, you know, you might be seeing a family member that you haven't seen in a long time. And so how do we bring Isagenix up, right? And so today I thought we would kind of just have, you know, I thought I could share some ideas. Tina, Renata, Sabrina, maybe everybody could just share some ideas of how they connect with people. And just like Dina was saying, because then we're all going to be like, oh, that's something I could use for this person. Because sometimes that's the hardest part, is just actually making the connection. So a few things that I wanted to share from the women's networking event that a girl, Amanda, shared is one of the things around the ISA delights. And when she is talking to somebody, so maybe grocery shopping or buying clothes or anything, then she starts engaging in a conversation. So, you know, talking to the person, expressing some interest in the person. And when they say, you know, what do you do? She says, I'm so glad you asked. I help people like you. And then she finds something that fits for them. And then she says, and in fact, you know, I help people using this little piece of chocolate right here that tastes so good. And she actually gives the ISA Delight as a sample to the person in exchange for their information. And I thought it was a great idea because in the past, I've never used the ISA Delights as a way to connect with people. But most people really enjoy the ISA Delight, right? They like the taste. So it's kind of one of those things where you give it to somebody and they're probably going to like it, right? And she says, you know, these ISA Delights will help control your cravings and they're going to help reach your goals. And, you know, here, let me give you one to try, and then puts them in her group. So, you know, even for Easter, right, we've got chocolate circulating around, we've got goodies, treats, all of that kind of stuff that I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't that be great just to pull out and say, well, no, I'm just going to have my ISA Delight full of vitamins and, you know, to help control my cravings and just see what happens, right? Start the conversation. And, you know, because that's all it is, right? It's starting the conversation with somebody. So that's, I think, a new one for me. And then the second one from the women's networking event that I think I'm really going to use over the next little while when I'm connecting with people is to just ask that line, are you happy? I mean, I'm just in love with that, this whole concept of just asking the question, you know, are you happy? And if they say yes, I'm going to congratulate them. I'm like, great, tell me more. Why are you so happy? Like, I want to get into their life and hear about them. But for the people who say, no, not really, you know, my job kind of sucks, or I'm not energy-wise, I don't have it, or whatever the case is, then do you have a plan to change that? Right? And most people do not have a plan to change anything. And so that's when you're going to then say the third question, which is, you know, are you open to me showing you a way to change that or helping you find that plan? So it's really, you know, asking people, and that to me comes up naturally in conversation. You know, are you happy? And starting those conversations. So I know that's a little bit of a different those are the two tips I wanted to share that are a little different. I know we have the direct ask, we have the referral method, and we have the practice method, but sometimes finding something that kind of fits in a conversation works for me. So Tina, did you want to share anything from connecting that you found really useful?
Yeah, I think, and those, I really love those two takeaways as well. And I think that one of the things that Lisa said when she does the, when Michelle talked about the Are You Happy? And I remember Eric Worre always, when you learn Eric Worre 7 steps as well, you know, he'll say, this may not be for you, or this may not be of interest to you, and I really do like that because it really does take people off the hook. Because if someone comes up to you and says, oh my gosh, this is going to be so amazing for you, you're going to love it. Usually you're kind of like, whoa, like back up. Hold on there just a second. Whereas if you just say, look, I don't know if this is of any interest to you, you can totally decide. You know, it's not for everybody, but you're probably going to love the products because most people do. And I really love that connecting line. And I use that a lot on Facebook when I'm messaging with people back and forth. And then they'll say, hey, what are you up to? And I'd say, well, I'd really love to share it with you. You know, you mentioned that you weren't feeling so great about this aspect of your life. You know, are you open to taking a look at something that made a difference for me? It may or may not be of interest to you. You can decide. But at least if you take a look, you can be the one to make that decision. And that just takes the, you know, the emphasis. And I think the biggest thing when it comes to connecting is that, you know, I don't even know where this came from. It just popped into my head the other day, and it's kind of an amalgamation, but I share because I care. Like I just came to this place of, you know what, why is it that I'm so passionate about sharing Isagenix? Because sometimes even I get caught up in, I don't want to come across as pushy or whatever, but I'm sharing because I care. And when you come from that place of care and love, people do not care what you know, you guys. You do not need to know everything. They really care that you care. That's what it's about. It's not what you know, right? They don't care about that. They care about the fact that you care about them. So you can't really say anything wrong, because if you're coming from that place, the rest of the details will work themselves out. They don't want you to be interesting to them. They want you to be interested in them. And those are the two, I think, main keys when you're really thinking about why are you connecting with people. And it's a conversation. It's not any one time. Like Michelle has done the numbers with us about how many conversations before someone makes a decision. It's anywhere from 3 to 7. You always hear the story too. Susan Sly was 21. I mean, I was 7 years. I don't know how many conversations. So that one time you're talking to them, stay in a place of excitement, not fear, because it's excitement because it's the beginning of a relationship, or it's the renewal of a relationship. It's a conversation that's going to lead to more conversations, which will lead to a decision. So don't hinge your whole business and Isagenix on that conversation. All right. So those would be some of my favorite connecting tips. I hope that's helpful for some of you.
Tina, thanks for sharing that. It is so helpful. And I think you're right. Just that piece you just ended off with, the conversation is to have the next conversation. Sometimes it can't happen right away. I know even myself, I'm meeting with somebody this weekend that we literally reconnected almost 5 years ago, and I've met her 3 different times, and now it's like she's asking me, because now the timing is starting to come around to be right to what I'm doing. And people want to see that you're consistent, you're here for the long haul. It's not 1 week this and then something another week and then whatever the case is. So it's always, setting up for that next conversation. So thank you for that. Would anybody else like to share a few things before I just call someone out? Renata? Awesome. You're up.
I just wanted to share this. You know the question, are you happy? I'm just letting Tara and all the girls in PI know when you guys do your in-home launch party, don't ask that to a group of people. Like I used that one when we got back for some launch party. And I thought, I looked around and asked, I go, who here is happy? And almost all the arms went up. And I was actually surprised, right? It kind of took me aback because I expected a different response. So you're forewarned if that actually happens. I think it's great, if you do it in-home or a launch party in front of people, maybe asking, who has some health goals or body or wants to create some residual income or some extra income. I'm just letting you guys know that works great one-on-one, but in a crowd, it might backfire. And I just learned that from experience. So just FYI for that one.
That's so funny. Never thought of that. But yeah, I think it's like a one-on-one thing where you're really talking to somebody to really find out, are you happy? Because isn't it true that in public, we sometimes just say we're happy, even though deep down inside, it's like that whole thing where you find out somebody, it is like leaves their job and you had no idea they were unhappy because they're not, talk about it, right? So it's the same thing, right? And so I think in a group, you get the herd mentality where it's like nobody wants to not have their hand up. So it's like I'm super happy. And it's like everybody goes home miserable. So, I think it's just so funny and so true. So thank you for that point. If you're doing some in-homes, lesson be learned there. So Sabrina, let's hear some of your fantastic. Love it.
Okay, so basically when it comes to connecting, you can sometimes connect with people and you don't even know it. So I posted today on social media. If you guys want to go to my Instagram or my Facebook, all I did was just post my cup. And it said all the amazing results, dreams, possibilities, and options that came out of that first cup. And I ended up enrolling 2 people today, one from that social media and the other from the social media post, but also because I had my shaker cup on me. So there was a way that I connected with them just through my wording. And I find that anything that you link a feeling to, people resonate with first and foremost. It is results. Yes, I've had amazing results. I've had an amazing transformation, but the feeling is something that you literally can't really describe, in the sense that everybody has a different feeling. So of course, in my caption, like I said, I feel incredible. And both girls work at my center. And of course, they see me running around like nonstop, and I have all this energy, and like they see me, products are always in my office. I'm always walking around, you know, like go, 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 go. And eventually, like, they just came in and they're like, oh, I'm so tired and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But I saw your post. Like, it's so awesome that you're feeling amazing. And it's nice that they check this stuff before work or on their lunch, whatever. But I asked, like, why are you so tired? It's just like that. Are you happy? Why are you so tired? You're 23. Why are you so tired? How are you tired? And then, of course, like, I've had that, you know, they did post, one of them posted a couple weeks ago, like, I've been doing this, 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 and this. I've only lost 1 pound. And, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, I used the whole Renata saying, what if I can show you that in 3 days? I was like, you know how that 1 pound, you're talking about that 1 pound? I was like, well, what if I can show you like 5 pounds in 5 days, or 3 pounds in this many days, or just feeling incredible? But as soon as I attached the feeling with how I feel with these products and everything that came with it, that's what they said, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to get started. And I spoke to them about Isagenix before, but I never really spoke about my own personal feelings towards it. It's just one protein shake that changed my life. And if you could change your life in one breakfast, would you have that magical potion? I would. I did. Now look at me, right? So of course you're linking the feelings. So I always say, when you link your own personal feelings and who you are, boom, like that's when magic happens. You need to have that connection with yourself. One thing that I keep trying to practice is my affirmations and gratitude. And I find that once I have that connection with myself, I'm connecting with people a lot better because I'm more in tune with who I am. So I don't want to keep rambling on. So that's it.
No, that was awesome. That was awesome, Sabrina. And I loved your post today. And I love all your posts. But I loved your one today. And you should go check out Sabrina's post, because she really has some really good ones. And I think that's the key. It's not just what you're posting. It's not just that picture. It's, you always have an emotion attached to it, right? That feeling. And that's what people are going to really be attracted to, right? They're going to be attracted to that feeling. Like, they want to feel the energy, just like the example, right? It's like they've been watching you buzzing around and doing, but they're so tired. And so they're watching, and now it's like they want this energy, and it's the feeling, right? It's not the shake. Honestly, they probably couldn't care less about the shake. They just want the energy, right? They want the feeling that Sabrina's giving off. So I think that's such a huge point. Does anybody else have anything they want to share about connecting with people, especially that we're going with family? Because, of course, this is a great time to ask people, who do you know in the UK, right? And I was thinking about it myself, and I was saying to myself, okay, stop just saying, I don't know anybody. Who do I know? Who do I know in the UK, right? I sat down for a minute and I realized, you know what? My aunt married a person from Scotland. Like, why don't I call them? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we know more people than we think. My mom, why don't I just reach out? So sometimes we do have to slow down to speed up. But certainly now that we're going to be around family and friends over Easter or taking time off or whatever, it's a great time to say, hey, by the way, do we know anybody in Scotland, Ireland? What, and just start asking for referrals out in the UK, that's for sure, because May 15th is that official. Cillian, I know you wanted to share some stuff, so let's hear your goods.
Well, that's exactly what I did today. I hooked up with a buddy of mine who's a networker with another company, and I just said we literally just launched in the we're doing prelim launches, and going to be launching May 15th. Do you know of anybody in the UK? And he's like, no. And then by the end of the conversation, I had him hooked on the health aspect of it. So kind of the direction of sharing through a referral basis.
I think that's great, right? It's just asking, and then next thing you know, right? The conversation keeps going, which is so key. Anybody else have anything they want to share on connecting?
I just wanted to point out, like Sabrina, it's great to follow her, but Sabrina, acknowledge and nod if you do this. Like Sabrina spends a few minutes kind of following key leaders in Isagenix on how they post, right? Is that where you get a lot of ideas from, or no? Yeah. So I'm just like, if you feel like you're stumped for ideas, guys, look at some of the, people who you vibe with in Isagenix and who are very successful and doing extremely well, and start following them a little bit. Because you don't have to do the exact same thing they did, but you'll get an idea. You don't have to be so raw and not raw, but you don't have to spend so much time being so independently creative when you can kind of take an idea they have and make it your own in your own slight words, your own pictures. But it'll give you, I think, a lot of great ideas, especially if you're pretty new to social media. I just want to share that. And just for the holidays, like if people are celebrating Easter, we all eat and we all get fat. So we all want to, if whoever's here playing for that push week, that's right after the Easter weekend. Like there's no better time than to talk to, your aunt, your cousins and say, look, I've been looking at you for 4 years. You're still miserable and unhappy. When can you put down $350 and just trust me on this? Like when? What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. Full money back guarantee, right? And I like telling those people that too. I just had to share this with you. I spent $250 to do a cavity on my little son's tooth. For one tooth, $250. And people almost spend $350 to help change their whole body's health. Like, it makes no sense. I actually got mad with a dentist when she wasn't open to it. I'm going to go find a new dentist. Enough's enough. I don't know about you guys, but it's a tooth. This is your body. This is your whole thing. This is a cellular thing that you're blessed with. When you look at things, we're silly. Humans are so funny. We really have to stand your ground and say, I love you and I want to help you. And you know what? Can you finally trust me? I know I've been a little squirt in the family and you might have zero respect for me, but just do me a favor and just trust me. And if you hate it, it's full money back guarantee. I'll even pay your $20 shipping to return it. And that's it. Especially for those guys, you guys who are going for that big run week that week. That's my advice. That's what I'm doing.
And I think also the 24th of April, we'll be connecting with some of the other leaders in Team Success to do a group cleanse. So that's another thing you can be asking for at Easter, right? Is that you're organizing a group of people who want to lose some weight, gain some energy. And the good thing is it's going to end the May 24, right? So it's a good timing for that 30-day cleanse right now, right? It's getting ready for the summer. So this is a great, it's everything's kind of that perfect storm coming together. So it's asking for referrals, the UK. It's, telling them that you're going to do a group cleanse, that you're really focused on helping people and who can they refer to you, and getting your list, right? Adding to your list this weekend and really making a difference.
Who's doing the group, Michelle? Is that done yet or no?
I believe that is it not Erin Postal and Laura Mulvihill?
I'm part of it too. So there's a bunch of the CEOs that are working together to create it. So it's going to be run out of Team Success Health Revolution group. So there's no extra group being made. It's just going to run out of that big name Team Success product group for cleansers. And more details will come in the next couple of days. They'll do a launch call on it.
Okay.
The week of the 18th or whatever.
Great. I'm personally just going to copy and paste it all into our group as well so that everybody can benefit that's in there.
So where are you pushing everyone? Just to Freedom Tribe, Michelle?
I am. It's just too many groups, so I'm going to copy and paste it in for everybody who's already in this group. At least then they can.
Okay, so we're all doing that?
Yeah, I know some people have people in the other group, but I don't. I just add to a small amount of groups because otherwise it's too much for the person, I find.
Well, we can all just decide if that's, if you guys, everyone on here is cool with us running it out of Freedom Tribe, then we'll just make sure that all the information is put in there and we can put our people that want to do the cleanse starting the 24th of April in the Freedom Tribe. Does that sound good, guys?
I think it's a good idea because we're already putting people in there.
Yeah.
And then also all of our people that are in there that may have not ordered for a long time, they may have fallen off, are going to see the posts and it might excite them to start up again with something, right?
Hey, Tina, are they doing any kind of weird calls or stuff for the cleanse or no? Do you guys know that far?
They haven't got that far into it, Renata. It doesn't sound like it's going to be that complicated. It sounds like it's going to be pretty simple. They don't want to make it a big make work project. So they're just, Susan and Aaron are going to do a kickoff call, I think on the Thursday. I think it's the 20th. And so we can put those details in there just to let them know what it's going to, look like, sound like, feel like, and we'll just piggyback onto that.
Okay.
The only thing we can't share is the lives. I don't think that we can share the lives out of that group, but we can.
You know what? I once heard Aaron say this because they were going to do that with any of Paul's live Facebook things. That if you go on it live, Sabrina, do you know this? If you go on a live Facebook that's live, you can actually share it. Has anyone heard of doing that? So
Yeah.
if one of us jump on live, could we share it live into Freedom Tribe? That's
while it's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Good trick.
I don't know. So if someone knows that savviness, that might be a cool thing if one of us is, on top of that to do that.
Well, Sabrina just said, yes, you can. So that's cool.
Well, if Sabrina said it.
You know who's going to be doing it.
That's right.
Nominated.
Knows about it. Yeah. No, that's.
I think Sabrina's in that group. Are you in that group, Sabrina?
Which group?
Health Revolution group.
No.
See, there we go.
No. Too many groups. Okay, awesome. Anybody else have any last minute things they want to share about connecting as we're all ramping up? Many people are going for that week to rank advance. So awesome. Well, after this at 8:30 is Susan's call. And I believe that she's going to be going over beliefs. Is that not correct tonight?
Yeah, she's going to do some, she's been doing some great work the last couple of calls I've heard her on limiting beliefs and busting through them. So it will be a very effective call to listen to for yourself and for your peeps.
Yeah. What's holding you back from reaching your goals? I believe she's going to do a product limiting belief and a business limiting belief on the call tonight. And it's great to watch her kind of push through that belief for somebody. And the questions you can answer yourself for your own limiting belief, which is going to help you get to that next spot. So yeah. Awesome. Any last words?
Just keep your eyes open in the groups, you guys, because there's a lot of Zooms coming up the next week or two. And you want to be able to share those with people and have people come on and learn more. There's lots of exciting stuff coming up with the new customer program. And some other stuff happening. So just really pay attention to what's going on through the group. Any questions or whatever, you need any help, 3-way calls, let's get them going. This is the time people are really looking to get changing because they're wearing less clothing soon and they're going to be like freaking out. So they're looking for us. Awesome. Okay, guys. Love you guys. Thanks.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to do a really quick shout out, but my cousin's gone now. My cousin Shania was just on here. She's not even enrolled yet. She's enrolling tomorrow, but she's super keen and she wanted to get on and meet everybody. So
that's awesome.
Late, and now she's not here. So
yeah, I saw how beautiful she was. Is that your cousin?
Yeah.
Is that Shania Twain? Who's on this call?
No.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm sorry. She's gone. I was late.
Okay. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Awesome.